Hello and welcome to Hexed Encountered Sports Edition. My name's Joe. Today I am going to be continuing my playthrough of Stone Cold Hockey from Stone Mountain Press. About a month ago I did a video on this game and I only played the first period, so I was going to pick it up and finish the game and hopefully show you the end of game or end of third period sequence so you can see what happens when you get down into crunch time, how the game handles an empty net sequence and so on, and just kind of let you see the completion of a complete game. So if you have not watched that first video, I would recommend you do so. Gives you a little bit more background on the game and a little bit of a description of how some of the things work and so on. And I will link it here so you can click in the upper right corner and go right to it. So for those of you who did already see that video or just want to watch periods 2 and 3 without a lot of preamble, we're going to pick this up. We have the Islanders at Edmonton. This is a rematch of the 1983-84 Stanley Cup Final, which was won by Edmonton, snapping the 4-year run of cups for the Islanders. So the first thing you do here is you roll our timing die, which is a 6-sided die, and the battle die, which is a 20-sided die. So these two guys right here, so roll those together. We get a 2 and a 2. Okay, so well, this is 2, so that indicates 2 minutes come off the clock. So we're going to be in the 18th minute here, and then this one here, the D20, determines what actually happens, whether it's a puck battle or somebody is in control. So our control, here's our team cards for those of you who just want a refresher here. Each team has a control rating. Edmonton's the home team there, so we're using their home control of 12. The Islanders are the away team. We're using their away control of 7. And then they get a control range here on the score sheet. So just to kind of update where we are, it's 2-1 Islanders at the moment. We're just starting the second period, so we'll be using this column here in the middle. You can see our visitor control range 1-8. Our home control range is 9-20, and the puck battle threshold is 13. We rolled a 2, so therefore we are in. We are going to have. We're not going to have a puck battle. So we roll both D20s, a control die, which will be the red one, and this gray one will be the defense die. So we rolled a 17 for control and a 17 for defense. So if the blue die, or the gray die in this case, is equal to or less than the defense rating of the team that's not in control, you would use the defense column here. But that's not the case. 17 gives control to the Oilers, and the defense die is a 17, which is way above the Islanders' defense rating of 4. So we are going to now roll our D100s, basically our percentile dice. We have a multiple of 10 die, a percentile die, and a regular 10-sided die. So we got a 50, and a 50, we start in column A here, right here on our chart here. 50 is attack 11 plus scores, hard wrist shot on the glove side. The Oilers' attack is a 13, so they did score. So now we roll to find out who scored. And so if we look here on our chart, you can see their attack is a 13. They're a very prolific scoring team. 35 is Yari Curry. So we roll that. Then we roll a 20-sided die here on the assist chart, which is up here. So we'll just roll a 20-sider, get a 15. That is a 2 assists, random, but if the player's repeated, choose nearest alternate player. The nearest alternate is relative to the result in the assist column. Okay, so again, we roll our D100, we get a 70. 70 in the assist column for Edmonton is Charlie Huddy. So Huddy gets assist 1. And the second one goes to 4, and that is Gretzky. So the goal is by Curry with an assist from Gretzky, Huddy and Gretzky. Okay, so here's our updated score sheet here. 18th minute, attack. Edmonton had control. Curry scored from Huddy, Gretzky. 2-2 is the score. So now we go back and we replay the sequence. We start with our D20 and D6. We rolled a 4 and an 18. So the 4 indicates 4 more minutes. So we're going to go 17, 16, 15. We're in minute 14. The 18 is higher than the threshold of 13, which is for puck battles. So we are going to have a puck battle. So when we have a puck battle, we just roll two D10s. We get a 51. We're in the second period, so we're in this column. 51 is make-up call, minor penalty called on team with fewer penalty minutes, if even penalty against visitors. We had 2 power plays in the first half, 1 by each team. So that penalty will therefore go on the Islanders. So this is going to start a power play sequence. So I'm going to mark this up on my chart here, and we'll start the power play sequence. So the power play sequence, we look at the attack, the power play rating here. Power play is 9, penalty kill is 6. That's a difference of 3. Then we use that on our power play chart up here. A 3 to 4 is this middle column. So we're going to roll our D100, get a 26, and a 26 is crease chance. So then that comes over here in the chance area, the chance chart, and here's crease. And we roll, and we get a 45, and a 45 in the crease is goal 9 plus save, otherwise scores. So you're looking at the goalie's rating. And our goalie is Billy Smith, and his goal rating is a 10, so that's a save. So first penalty, power play minute rather, is a save by Smith. And then we roll again. We get a 75, and a 75 on our power play chart is sliding defender, blocks the shot, clears, power play unit forced to regroup. So that is going to be no shot, no opportunity. Clear by New York Islanders. And then we just go back to our regular sequence again. So we start over with our 6 and our 20. We got a 4, so 4 more minutes. That's going to take us down to 8. And again, we rolled a 20. That's another puck battle. So we roll our D100 again, still in the second period, 27 to 35. We rolled a 31. Minor penalty on the home team. Visiting team takes 1 hit. So that's going to reduce the Islanders' stamina down to 8. And so we're going to put this down as a Edmonton minor. 1 hit to the Islanders rather. Okay, so Islanders are on the power play now. And for them, I rolled the dice, but their power play is an 8. And Edmonton's penalty kills a 6, so that's a 2. So they're actually in this third column here, the furthest right on the power play side. Rolled an 86, so an 86 here in this column is kill zone, penalty kill unit, auto kills this time slot and the next power play time slot, if applicable. So they kill both. So we're going to have Edmonton PK, Edmonton PK. And we go back to base sequence. Roll again. A 3 and a 19. 3 more minutes come off. We are now down to minute 3 left in the period. The 19 is another puck battle. 64 in the second period is battle back. Trailing team hustles. If tied, because we're tied, so I'll skip what it says about the trailing team. If tied, the higher aggression team deals 1 hit. If aggression is equal, both teams deal 1 hit. So the higher aggression team is Edmonton. So Edmonton deals another hit. And we'll put this down. I got to mark it in here. So this is a puck battle. Edmonton hit to New York Islanders. There's no penalty. And so we go back and we roll for our next sequence. And a 3 and a 2. So this is going to be the last sequence of the second period. A 2 is lower than the puck battle. So now we're going to have an attack. Control will go to Edmonton, and 13 for defense is over the defense, so they're going to be on the attack here. So we have an Edmonton attack. We got a 60. So we go the column A, attack first. 60 is attack 12 plus scores, long slap shot through traffic. So that is a goal for Edmonton. We will now roll, because their attack again is a 13. We get a 5, so that's going to be Gretzky. So we have a Gretzky goal. Now we roll for the assist. 10 is 2 assists. So we roll again. We get a 29. That is Coffee. And the second assist, 87. 87 is Kevin Lowe. So a couple of defensemen with an assist there. Now it's 3-2 Edmonton after 2 periods. So we go to the third. Okay, so it is 3-2 as we start the third. We're going to start this off here. We get a 6 and an 8. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're in minute 14. This will be an attack. So we have to roll for control. And the 16 will give control to the Oilers, and the 15 is over the defensive number for the Islanders. So we get a regular attack. 82, we're now in the third period. But we're in our attack column here. 82, attacking stamina greater than the defensive stamina, crease chance. Stamina is 9-7 in favor of Edmonton, so they do get a crease chance. So up here again in the crease, and we get a 53, and a 53 is goal 8 plus save, otherwise score. Okay, so Billy Smith will get the save here because his goal rating is 10. And we go back. We roll a 2 and a 20. So then we're in minute 12. This will be a puck battle. So puck battle again. So we go for our percentile dice, 41. So for puck battle, third period, 41 is minor penalty on the visiting team. Home team takes 1 hit, so that will reduce Edmonton's stamina. Okay, so we're in the power play now. And we know that the range is 3. So we rolled a 61. 61 is deflected pass, action grinds along the boards. So we move to minute 2. 84. 84 is kill zone. So same thing we saw before, the penalty kill unit kills it off. And we go back to regular sequence of time here. We're halfway through the period already. 24. So the 4 is 4 minutes, which brings us down to minute 6. And the 20 again is going to be a puck battle. So we are again going to roll our percentile dice. 63. 63 is battle back. Trailing team hustles to win possession. Roll column A attack. So the Islanders are trailing 3-2. They get a column A attack. They roll a 43. And a 43 is attack 10 plus scores. And the Islanders' attack is a 9. So we go to column B, and that is attack 8 or 9, crease chance. So they are 9, so they get a crease chance. And they get a 5. And a 5 in the crease is scores any goal rating. So they just tied the game. So that is a goal for the Islanders. And we'll see who scored. 44 for the Islanders is Tonelli. So John Tonelli. And we roll for our assist. A 1 is unassisted. So Tonelli unassisted. We have ourselves a 3-3 game. Okay, so new sequence. 6. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in the final minute. Now, let's talk about the end of game situation here. So let me flip this guy over. So here it says concluding the third period when the timing roll goes below the thick line, which is what it just did. Assess the situation. There are 2 ways it could go. The score is within 2 goals. This is a hard stop and begin the empty net phase. If it's tied, which is what it is now, or one team's leading by 3 or more, continue with your normal timing. And when the timing roll goes below 0, regulation has expired, and you go to overtime or the game's over. So we are going to go to overtime, but if we were not going to overtime and we were doing an empty net sequence, I'll show you how that works. So you roll a D3. I don't actually have a D3. I'm going to use my D6 and I'll divide it by 2. So I'm going to roll it. We got a 3. Now a 3 will be a 2 because a 1 or a 2 is a 1, 3 or 4 is a 2, 5 or 6 is a 3. So here on the bottom of our score sheet, down here, you would take that 3, which becomes a 2, and you would go 1, 2. So we're in the 120. This is when they're going to pull their goalie. Then you go through an attack sequence, which works a little bit differently. It's basically somewhat similar to our power play. So I'll pull this up here so you can see this. So here's our empty net chart. So we would look at the unit advantage, and that's based on the attack rating, not the penalty or power play and penalty kill rating. So say Edmonton had the extra skater because they pulled their goalie. Their attack rating is a 13. The Islanders' defense rating is marked as a 5 here, but it's actually a 4 because they took an injury that reduced it. So that's going to be a massive advantage for the attack, which is in this column. And then you would roll and you find out what happens. So that's how that works. And then you would use D3 timing for the rest of the time necessary to resolve the game, whether it's by a goal or time runs out. So, but that didn't happen here. We're going to actually go to, we're going to finish out this sequence. And because I rolled again, I don't remember what I rolled. I know I rolled a 6 to get us to the final thing, but I'm going to roll the D20 again. 17 is a puck battle. So I'm going to do puck battle. I'm going to roll our D100. We get a 3. So a 3 in the third period is aggression check, minor penalty, also deal 1 hit. So the aggression check, we roll both dice. We'll use red for the Islanders and gray for the Oilers. So we get a 6 and a 5. So a 6 for the Islanders plus their aggression is 7 is 13. Edmonton's aggression is 8 and plus 5 is also 13. So we have a tie. So I'm going to re-roll. And we'll do this again. This time we get an 11 and a 9. So this one's actually going to go 18, 17. So the Islanders will be the ones taking the the penalty. So they get minor penalty, deal 1 hit, so that's going to put them at 7. And then we go to a power play. So we're going to have minor New York Islanders. And you can roll for who got the penalty. I haven't actually been doing that, but there's a penalty column here. So I didn't do that, but you could roll for who the penalty was on. All right, so we're going to to overtime. So here's overtime now, and you have regular overtime. I'm just going to use the top 10 because this was in the 80s. Actually, we'll use the playoff overtime where it can just go the whole period and even go double overtime. I think that's unlikely given the firepower of these two teams. So we're not going to have a shootout or anything like that. We'll play this like it was a playoff game back in the 80s. So we'll start off as we usually do. Here we got a 3 and a 12. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, minute 18. And 12 is below the puck battle. So we'll roll for attack. So 14 will give control to Edmonton, and 10 is above the defense. So we're going to use the attack column. Edmonton's on the attack, 35. So 35 is attack 8+ scores. Wicked shot rattles in off the blocker side. So Edmonton just won the game. And so we'll see who got the winning goal. This is 87, so it's pretty far down. Kevin McClelland got the winning goal. And we'll roll for our assist, which is a 19. So that's going to be 2 assists random, but if a player is repeated, choose the nearest alternate player. So that would be the next one, the next to them in the assist list here. So we'll roll our first assist. 32 is Coffee. Coffee's really gotten some, Coffee's had himself a game here. And 16, which is Anderson. So Coffee and Anderson on with the assists. And that is the final. The final is 4-3 for the Edmonton Oilers. So there you have it. Pretty straightforward. I hope you guys understood what I was doing there with the empty net sequence. So you basically roll on this chart. It's like a power play kind of, and then every time you play a sequence, you would roll the D3. So I would use my D6 and have it round up to determine how many 20-second segments come off here, because you're basically playing it in 20-second segments, and you have 6 of them. So once you've gone through 6, the game is over. And that's the main difference, is you're playing basically for the unit that has the advantage using whatever the unit's advantage might be. So like if the Islanders actually had the empty net, their attack is a 9 and Edmonton's defense is a 1. So they would still have this massive advantage. But let's just say Edmonton had a defense of 12. Then they would be higher than the attack of 9, and they would be in this column where the defense has the advantage, and then the numbers obviously will adjust what happens. And you can have, obviously, with empty nets, you get empty net goals, and so on and so forth. And then you can also use like assist. You can also decide whether or not to put your goalie back in or whatever it may be. So there is some late game strategy possibilities if you wanted to use it. So that is how a game of Stone Cold Hockey plays out completely between these two parts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I would like to do something else with this game with the fictional system. I may or may not do something with the PC version. The PC version, I did play the demo and opted actually not to buy it. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's very well done. Everything Richard Hanna does is very well done, in my opinion. The issue mainly was the fact that it's basically exactly the same as the tabletop game, except that it keeps score for you. So you can run your whole league very easily because you're not rolling a bunch of dice. So it's almost like it's an automated version of the board game, which is all fine and good. And if you wanted to run a league using this system, etc., it makes it easy. You can create fictional teams and everything. For the cost of it, considering I already had this, I figured I would just keep the tabletop version. So that's why I haven't done a video on the PC version of the game. Nothing against it. I played it. I like it. It's more of a cost. It's more of a cost issue for me, I guess, is what I'm saying. Since I already have this game, I feel like, the only thing I really get from that is automated dice rolling and record keeping. And to be honest, I work as a programmer. I stare at screens all day long. If I'm getting the same experience on the tabletop, I'd almost rather play it on the tabletop. So that's where that stands. That's why I didn't do anything with that. But that's the story. So for now, I will sign off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for watching. If you would consider liking, sharing, and or subscribing, that would be awesome and much appreciated. But until next time, this has been Hexed Encountered Sports Edition. My name is Joe. And until the next time I talk to you guys, happy gaming.